Hello, this is Molly Reamer with a Rituals of Returning video for you as we wrap up our 2025 Wheel of the Year and step into 2026. So our final goddess for 2025 was Lilith, and so we extended Inanna a little further into December. So we're carrying Lilith over a little into January as we prepare for our new 8 goddess Wheel of the Year in 2026, which we will be beginning with Sarasvati and Imbolc in February. So Lilith is kind of bridging the cave time gap here as we continue to pause in winter's wisdom, as we can continue to listen to the crone of winter, as we continue to pause, to retreat, to renew, to incubate, to listen to the stillness of the season. And remember that stillness and darkness are the reasons for the season. We are invited to descend, to listen, and to renew. And so I wanted to share a couple of insights from assorted Lilith cards, but first, and from different decks, but first I'm going to start with the little, and I apologize for my light. I'm filming this a little late in the afternoon. It's really only 4:30, but the way the light diminishes, I'm not getting that great of light out here on the floor of the studio where I am making the video. So my apologies about the glare. I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. That's how a lot of my practices are based in the inspiration of where I am. And so where I am right now, there's a little bit of glare on what I'm sharing. And so from this Goddess Days book, which is out of print, this is by Nancy Blair. You can find the book by itself. It was part of a kit. And if you don't care about the whole kit, you can usually find the book by itself for relatively inexpensive. The kit on its own is incredibly expensive. And often the listing will be it'll look like it's for the kit, in the entire kit, but it'll really just be for the book and you just paid a lot of money for it. So anyway, I got it before I knew that was an issue. Anyway, so the information here about Lilith is this. Make strong political statements. I don't know that I'd actually recommend that right now, but anyway, that's what they are giving here. Make strong political statements and love yourself. So according to Hebrew tradition, Lilith was Adam's first wife. He tried to force her into the patriarchal missionary position for lovemaking. Unwilling to submit, she returned to her people of the Red Sea, meaning her matristic culture, to live a life of her own. A more subdued Eve was put into the position, and Lilith began to be bad-mouthed as a demon renegade. The new millennium, or let's say the new year, belongs to Lilith. It's time to sing holy praises to those wildcats, witches, and night hags who refuse to participate in systems of dominance and oppression. It's time to invite Lilith back into your life of sensual pleasure. You are worthy of respect. Respect yourself completely, and you will move in a healing direction. During the next few days or weeks, practice living in a radically sensual, Lilith-inspired way. Defy the death-dealing media and turn off your television or your social media devices. Let each moment be a spontaneous response to the beauty of the natural world. Let the subtle energy of the season stir your body and soul. Explore living in the glow of the goddess. Hum, moan, and hiss with ecstasy. Smile, laugh, giggle, snort, chortle, and love more. Growl a little too. Lilith's feet are talons. Hold on to what you have. Lilith is back home to stay. And so then some reminders here. I refuse to let the opinions of others determine my state of mind. I am in charge of my thoughts and feelings. I choose happiness first. I open my body to sacred pleasure. And so then we're going to explore, these are both decks that I don't use very often and I'm not that familiar with, but I'm going to be using in this new year. And so the first one is this Lilith card here from Megan Watterson in the Divine Feminine Oracle. And so I'm going to pick that up for a minute so you can see it better because of the aforementioned glare. Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. So the threshold of a new year often is this invitation to choose the life that you desire to live. And then we kind of lose touch with it a little bit as the year spins on and we step back into our old habits, etc. But the threshold of a new year is often an opportunity to choose again, an opportunity to refresh your commitments, to renew your commitments, to make new promises, and to claim your life in your own name, to listen to what you desire, to listen to that voice of longing. So now consulting with the book, she says this: Lilith embodies our sovereignty to declare our desires and do what must be done in order to live them out. According to Jewish folklore, Lilith was Adam's first wife. She was created from the same earth as Adam. So when he expected her to be subservient to him, she refused. Lilith explained to Adam that they were equal, and Adam insisted again on her submission. So Lilith uttered the divine names and flew away. Supposedly, Adam then sent angels after her to force her to return, but she decided not to come back. So ancient Jewish stories portray Lilith as a demon, but contemporary feminist theologians like Judith Plaskow, who also worked with Carol Christ, who's a tremendous inspiration for me, she incorporated these women's experiences and women's voices in traditional texts and transforms the fearsome and vilified Lilith into a wise and empowered woman. Lilith embodies the emotional and spiritual aspects of our unconscious or unrealized desires, sensuality, and unbridled sexuality. She owns her body and soul completely. For many women, Lilith is an icon of freedom. Lilith is the first woman, and she's also the first woman who refused to be dominated or defined by anyone or anything outside of her. She said, no thank you to being controlled. Okay, so when we see this card, a question emerges, and this is Lilith asking, what would happen if you left everything behind? So those of you who have been through this Inanna's journey of descent with me in December know that that Inanna's questions of the gates of initiation really are what happens if we leave everything behind. So carrying that now to Lilith into this bridge between December and January, what would happen if you left everything behind? She wonders what prevents you from getting to experience all that you desire. Is it you? Is it an idea of someone you have to be? Is it society's definition of what it means to be a woman? Lilith asks the questions that sometimes never fully reach the light of consciousness. So she's perfect for ascending out of cave time or ascending out of our descent with Inanna. She asks the questions that sometimes never really reach the light of consciousness. She is unclaimed. She's the ruler of her body and soul, and she reminds us that we are too. And not only that, we have a sacred obligation to be the body's fierce protector. If I were entirely equal to everyone else, what would I choose for my life? If I were entirely equal to everyone else, what would I choose for my life? If I see myself as worthy, what more would I ask for? Am I living the life I desire? Am I fulfilled in my life and my relationships? Are there aspects of my sexuality that I haven't been able to face and voice? Lilith refused to settle. She answered all these questions within her and took action on the truth she uncovered. Lilith demanded that she meet with what she really desired, and she's here to demand that we all do the same. So a soul voice question, what does the life I truly desire look like? What does the life I truly desire look like? And then the intentions already shared. I'm the voice of my body and soul. So a question could, or an affirmation could be, I listen to the voice of my body and soul. And another one, I choose the life I desire to live. I choose the life I desire to live. So much wisdom there from Lilith. And then we'll pop on over to this card as well. This one is from Sophie Bashford in Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians deck. I actually haven't read this section, so let's be surprised together about what it has to share. So the message here from Lilith is to face your shadow, to face your shadow. And so the invitation is to heal taboo emotions and step into the light. As we already said, Lilith refused to take a submissive role, liberating her wings, she flew away. A dark, deep force of the feminine spirit, Lilith is provoking to those who misunderstand her. Patriarchy paints her as corrupt and dangerous, but that's because she's a transformative feminine powerhouse. Lilith's symbols are an owl for wisdom and a snake for chakra healing and spiritual sexual awakening. Lilith sees everything you strive to keep hidden. You may be at a point of significant transformation. Lilith meets you at the crossroads and she holds out her hand saying, your spirit vibrates with secret powers of old. This wisdom yearns to be shared and used. The only way to access this power is to face your shadow side, everything within you that's been censored, stifled, and denied. Your deep-seated rage, your crippling shame, your fathomless fear, your traumas and wounds, your feelings of unworthiness. You have labeled these feelings as taboo and have never felt able to accept and work through them. Sometimes these forbidden shadow emotions leak out, leading you down paths of sabotage and self-destruction. Feelings of envy or self-pity may hinder you. With me, release self-judgment and look bravely into your hidden self. I will lead you into the safe space where all your secrets can be spoken. This will release enormous waterfalls of energy. It will unlock your creativity, potential, and passions. It will illuminate the divine talents you've been keeping under wraps. You will create your dreams, not because of luck, chance, or fate, but through realizing that all the power you ever need is within you. Do not be afraid. You are ready to shine. Do not be afraid. You are ready to shine. So, some additional information here is definitely seek professional settings for thorough shadow work if you need guidance. Reminder, of course, that spiritual practice is not a substitute for medical or mental health care. And then an invocation here, my shadow is my inner teacher. My shadow is my inner teacher. I'd add the affirmation, I accept myself. I accept myself with love. I accept myself completely. So that is something to share. And then my own Lilith card from the Story Goddess Oracle with her additional messages. So the word here is allow. So I allow myself to be here. I allow myself to be here. I allow myself to claim my power. I allow myself to live the life I love. I choose and change. I choose and change. And then there's several little notes in her little pocket. Here's one. Be flexible when inspiration beckons. Walk through this day with ease, with a joyful and open heart. Marvel at how much power there is in choosing a way. And then another little reminder from Kimberly Rodriguez. I get her mail, and let me see if I can actually read that. Before light was created, there was darkness, a shadow of rigid pieces left bare and uneven to be discovered and pieced back together. A cave of mismatched rocks that echo the hurts of those who came and found comfort. Echo the hums of those who came and found comfort in their solace. A home that gifted the safety of a new hope for tomorrow. A home that gifted the safety of a new hope for tomorrow. And here's another little quick reminder. We come from wisdom keepers, myth makers, and mystics from days gone by, the storytellers and web weavers who knew how to sit with enchantment, listen to the wind, and learn from the wild. We come from those who turned clay into art, stone into structure, and fiber into paper to hold our dreams. We come from those who were willing to witness and wonder, to choose and to change, those who hoist children onto hips, strap memories over shoulders, and set forth across a wide and waving world, hand in hand with mystery. We come from wishes and wanderings. We come from mud and miracles. We come from all that has been. And so we go on. And then one more little reminder from my little Lilith card I sent out with Magic Mail. It is revolutionary to return, to keep coming home to yourself, to your own inner wisdom. It is rebellious to reclaim your attention, to be in devotion to your own life, to unite yourself with the sacred unfolding. So another affirmation could be, I step into the sacred unfolding. I reclaim my attention. I am in devotion to my own life. So thank you so much for being here as we cross the threshold into a new year. May you listen to yourself. May you claim the wild within. May you be sovereign and strong. And may you claim your own power. Thank you so much for being here. Keep living your magic, everybody. Bye-bye.